My name is Thomas Letan. I'm a software engineer working at Nomadic Labs. I've been doing that for 4 years now. And I'm one of the first software engineers that have been assigned to the Layer 2, what would become later Etherlink and the Tezos X vision. The data availability layer that has been introduced in the Tezos Layer 1 a year ago and that is active now on mainnet will be instrumental for Etherlink because it will bring us the capacity of deal with and handle a lot more transactions. Right now we are limited by the space of the Tezos Layer 1 blocks, which happen every 8 seconds and you get 500 kilobytes of data. And with the DAL, today it's 10 times this amount, and by the end of the year it will be 200 times. With Etherlink we have high ambitions to actually bring a lot of activity, bring a lot of usage, to have projects that are already deployed, ramp up. And to do that, if you do the math and you consider that a transaction is around 150 bytes and you want thousands and thousands of them and potentially millions of them per day, you notice that you need something like the DAL. So DAL, in a nutshell, will unlock the potential of Etherlink to handle more data. I was one of the engineers working on the smart rollups. One of the key features of a smart rollup is to have what we call a PVM, which is a virtual machine that executes the code of Etherlink, but is also capable of generating proofs that a given execution was correct. That's actually a very important piece of a software, but it's one that is very tedious and very important to get right. So it was a lot of fiddling, but at the end, the fact that we have now a PVM that works, that is capable of proving that the Etherlink execution is correct, was very important, but it was probably one of the big challenges in my personal career at Nomadic Labs. So the DAL for Tezos at large and for the layer 2 that we are building in particular is very important. The nickname of the DAL for us is a rollup booster because, as I mentioned, it's one that brings a lot of more space to include data, to include transaction, and this kind of space is really necessary for us to achieve our ambition to make Tezos X the global platform that you can use to deploy your DApps without having to think too much about what is the usage of the chain, what other people are doing, what is the gas price at this moment. If we are able to build a chain whose capacity is that much high that it doesn't matter, then it's a win-win for everyone because we have a chain that we can operate smoothly and we have a chain that we can use without unpredictable costs and stuff like that. So for us, the DAL is really the cornerstone that will enable that by welcoming all the transactions that you will soon see included in the Etherlink chain and later on in the Tezos X canonical rollup. It really depends on what your requirements are and what your tech stack is. On Tezos today, you have two avenues to deploy your decentralized application. You have the layer 1, which is there since 2019 and is being improved over the years. It's a very stable platform. And for a year now, we have added Etherlink. So Etherlink can be very interesting for the Web3 ecosystem at large because compared to Tezos, we are using the same language, we are using the same VM, we are using the same tool. And from the perspective of Tezos, that's one of the reasons we built Etherlink, is to open ourselves to this kind of opportunity. In the long run, we will have Tezos X, which is the product that we are building right now. The goal of Tezos X is to be even more open and to provide even more possibilities. So it's a very exciting time to work on Tezos, to build a platform that will be welcoming for anyone.